Hi guys, in this episode of the show known as Rate the K, or in this specific case it's gonna be known as Rate the A, I'm gonna be reacting to the recent single released by Big Time Rush, Not Giving You Up. For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge fan of Big Time Rush, or at least used to be. I really love their original music that they released back when they were with the show on Nickelodeon. All three albums, which were, I think it was like 24/7, Elevate, and I keep forgetting what's the name for the first album. I think it was just Big Time Rush. I really love all the songs from those albums and all the songs from the shows. And I was really happy when I heard that Big Time Rush were gonna be coming back. But sadly, they have fallen to a lot of the issues that I've had with K-pop groups, which is kind of weird, but it kind of makes sense as well. But yeah, they've fallen in a lot of the same issues that I've had with what used to be my favorite K-pop group, aka BTS. Which is really funny, because Big Time Rush, aka BTR, used to be my favorite group. Then I got into K-pop, and BTS became my favorite boy group. Right now, I'm just waiting for a boy group that has the name BTT, because it seems like there's a pattern going there. But both groups have fallen to the heavy autotune, cutesy pop songs, and I just don't like that. I feel like there was so much more variety and differences and so much more interesting stuff happening in what Big Time Rush used to release back when they were with Nickelodeon. And I don't know, I assume that now the guys have more control over their music compared to back then, because I'm pretty sure that was like an issue that they were having back then, and only in the final album 24/7 did they actually get more control over their music. And that might be the reason why they're going in this direction with their music, because I already know what I'm gonna be getting into with this song Not Giving You Up, because I've heard a little bit of it and it sounds exactly the same as the previous song that they released, and I can't even remember the name of that song, to be honest, because I haven't listened to it at all since I did a reaction to it. Because like, it's not that they're bad songs, and you'll see when I get to my reaction to this song that I'm pretty much gonna feel the same about it, but it's just not what I want from Big Time Rush, man. I really liked the thing that they were doing with their sound back then, and I just wanted more of that. And I guess it's stupid to expect a group, when they come back, to release the same kind of music 10 years later. Because when you think about it, even Jonas Brothers, when they came back with like Sucker and What a Man Gonna Do, that doesn't really sound like anything like what their original music used to sound like year 3000. But I don't know, it's still, I feel like it kept the energy more of Jonas Brothers more, and it still felt like more interesting than what Big Time Rush is doing. I think the biggest reason why I'm having an issue with this Big Time Rush's new music is mainly because of the autotune, because it's the same shit that it does to BTS's music, where the voices of the different members kind of sound so alike, and I can't tell who the hell is singing, thus I cannot enjoy it even on the vocal side of things, because I do really like the voices of Big Time Rush members, especially Kendall's. He's like amazing vocalist, and he's my favorite member. My bias, if you will. But yeah, unlike the last song of theirs that I checked out, that I reacted to, this one actually comes with an actual music video, so it's gonna be at least a little bit more interesting compared to that, and I'll probably give it a 2-listen kind of thing, because, I mean, they used to be my favorite group. I feel like I can give them at least that, so I guess without further ado, let's get into Big Time Rush's Not Giving You Up in 3, 2, 1.
Well, folks, that's it for the news this morning. Thanks for tuning in to WBTR, your local source for everything hip and happening. And now a word from our sponsors.
Have you ever thought to yourself, gee whiz, this whole love thing is confusing. Yeah. I wish there was a totally legit business that could help me understand. Well, here at Big Time Relationship Services, we are a totally legit business, and we're here to help.
Man, that actually really reminded me of the show. which is something that I definitely will have an interest in reacting to on the channel. Even though I've obviously seen every single episode of it, but it's just such a funny show that I feel like I can do a reaction to it. I'm sorry, Kendall, but that mustache doesn't work for you. Okay, I think this one is actually better. Honestly, I like this one more, for sure. Ooh.
I'm no good at waking up without you, without you. My hands are shaking, I'm breaking up without you, without you.
I gotta say, I feel like 5 years, actually not even 5, 6 years of listening to K-pop has kind of broken my mind a little bit about American music. Okay. Not my favorite song, but I honestly kind of like it. I feel like it's at the very least better than the first song that they came back with, because this one doesn't really have that much or autotune at all, at least not in a noticeable or annoying way. Like, I can actually tell the members' voices apart, which I should at this point, because I've listened to Big Time Rush songs for what, probably something around 13 years. Because I remember watching it when I was like 9 or 10 years old, and I'm gonna be 22 this year. So I should be able to tell the members' voices apart, but it was kind of hard to do so in their previous song. But this one, honestly, pretty good. The music video is low budget, but honestly, I don't really care too much about it. I wish they potentially leaned more into something that is kind of a reference to the show, because in that one scene in the beginning of the music video where you have them actually like talk and act, really felt very reminiscent of Big Time Rush, the TV show. And considering we got iCarly reboot, can we get a Big Time Rush one? Please? Please? I honestly would die for that. Even though I feel like iCarly, I mean, I'm happy that it's back, but it's clearly not as good as it used to be. Like, for crying out loud, a kid's show was able to have practical effects fire as practical effects, but this adult show adult version of iCarly has to have the fire as CGI. Are you kidding me? But I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. But I definitely would love to see a Big Time Rush, at the very least a movie. They have done a movie before. Let's do a reunited movie, big time reunion or something, because that would be so fucking cool. Please, please, if anybody who can make that happen is watching this video, please make it happen. But yeah, I actually feel like I'm probably gonna end up listening to this song, because it is really enjoyable. I do wish that they would actually release like an album or extended play or something and not just go by singles, but if that at least means that they're gonna start releasing more music, it's fine by me. It's fine by me as long as they don't take a while, because I know that they're gonna be having like an American tour. They're never gonna come to my country. That's not happening, even though I would die for that. But yeah, I actually like this song. And I'm actually gonna be listening to it a second time before I say my final thoughts. So without further ado, let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1.
Well, folks, that's it for the news this morning. Thanks for tuning in to WBTR, your local source for everything hip and happening. And now a word from our sponsors.
This girl seems really familiar though.
Have you ever thought to yourself, gee whiz, this whole love thing is confusing. I wish there was a totally legit business that could help me understand. Well, here at Big Time Relationship
Man,
Services,
seeing them act just really makes me miss the show. I really want to watch the show. Gotta live it big time. This actually doesn't seem that far off from what they used to release. I feel like the chorus where it goes, not giving you up now, giving you up now, is the weakest part for me though. And the part that seems the most different. I like Logan's hair. I gotta say though, it's giving me such a whiplash to see them as like, what, they would be probably early 30s? Because I'm so used to seeing them as like early 20s in the Big Time Rush show. It just reminds me how much time has passed. I feel like this music video is a little bit too high energy for the song though, especially in this part here. Because like, the song is not really that high energy. From 1 out of 10, it's like a 6 or a 7 in terms of its energy. But the choreo seems like it's a 9.
I'm no good at waking up without you, without you. My hands are shaking, I'm breaking up without you, without you. 'Cause I'm never giving you up now, 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 giving you up now. 'Cause I'm never giving you up now, 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 giving you up now. Give up all I have for you, you don't make me beg for you. Baby, if you wanna let me up, I'm down. 'Cause I'm never giving you up now, 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 giving you up now.
Okay, so that was Big Time Rush is Not Giving You Up. I guess I'm not giving them up either. Yeah, all things considered, honestly pretty fine of a song. I'm glad that my worries actually ended up being dispersed, because like I said, I heard the chorus. I knew what the chorus was. Like I don't know if I saw a teaser or I saw it on Twitter or something, but I remember hearing the chorus and I was like, oh, okay, so this one is just like the previous one. I'm not really gonna enjoy it, but honestly, no, I actually kind of like it. Still not as much like as the OG Big Timer songs, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm satisfied. And in terms of a rating for this one, I think I'm gonna go with an 8.1 out of 10. It's enjoyable, but there's still some more room for growth to get back to what they used to do. And again, it's hard to really think properly about how I would actually feel if they were releasing music like what they used to, and I was reacting to it right now, because I ended up loving so many of those Big Timers songs, not because I genuinely like what they were going for with them, but because I also listened to them hundreds, dozens, hundreds of times over the years. So even if there was a song that I wasn't the biggest fan of, I was like forced myself to love it. So potentially, if they were still releasing these kind of songs, I wouldn't necessarily be all over them, because it's gonna be me listening to them for the first time, if you get what I mean. So maybe this song actually is not that far off from what they used to release. It just seems that way right now. But like I said, I can definitely see that it's closer to what they used to do compared to the other song that they released, but it's still not quite there. But I do like it. Ultimately, that's what I want to end this with. But yeah, what did you guys think about this song? Comment it down below and let's have a discussion about it. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, and Shenches. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me, have continued to support me for such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my stories and continue to enjoy my content going forward. Thank you very much. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you, because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things, like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that, because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way, and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything. And that just kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job, because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going. You support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!